The village of Yanera, nestled between the jagged peaks of the Crimson Mountains, had long lived under uneasy whispers. The elders spoke of the spirit fox, a creature of immense power and cunning, who demanded offerings from humans to keep the wilds from encroaching upon their lands. For centuries it had claimed what it desired: precious items, livestock, and, most terrifyingly, human brides. The protagonist, Kale, a young warrior known for both his intellect and unmatched skill with the blade, returns to the village after a season of hunting in the outer forests. On the eve of the autumn festival, the ground shakes with unnatural tremors, and the villagers' cattle scatter in panic. From the shadows of the mountains emerges the spirit fox, its 9 tails radiating a spectral light that turns the night into a mosaic of fire and frost. The villagers freeze, whispering of doom. The fox's eyes lock on Lyra, the village blacksmith's daughter, whose courage is whispered about even among adults. With a voice that seems to echo both within the mind and the air itself, the spirit fox declares its claim: a bride of flesh and will, for I hunger for the human heart. The elders begin murmuring prayers, but Kale steps forward, his chest swelling with defiance. Humans, he knows, are never meant to bow fully to spirits, no matter their power. Kale confronts the fox, drawing his ancestral blade, a weapon said to be forged from fallen stars. The fox laughs, a sound like wind tearing through mountains, and asserts that no human can challenge it. But Kale sees an opportunity. He doesn't seek to slay the fox, but to claim Lyra as his prize, defying the fox and showing humanity's refusal to yield. The tension grows as the fox circles, testing Kale's courage, while Lyra, defiant, refuses to let herself be treated as an object. This section ends with Kale vowing to protect Lyra, declaring to both the fox and the village, humans will fight, not flee. The stage is set for a clash not only of strength but of will, pride, and cunning, a confrontation that will determine whether humans are pawns or masters in the games of spirits. The spirit fox, intrigued by Kale's audacity, does not immediately attack. Instead, it offers a challenge, a trial of wits and strength, testing whether humans deserve autonomy in a world dominated by spirits. Kale must navigate the twilight forest, a labyrinth of illusions and dangers, where every tree can twist into a predator and whispers attempt to sway his mind. Lyra, refusing to be a passive prize, insists on accompanying him. Her knowledge of the forest, honed through years of blacksmithing and hunting, becomes invaluable. Along the way, they encounter obstacles crafted by the fox itself. Spectral wolves with eyes like molten silver, shifting terrain that collapses into chasms, and illusions designed to turn them against each other. Through every challenge, Kale and Lyra demonstrate human ingenuity, courage, and resilience. Kale uses his tactical mind to outmaneuver traps, while Lyra leverages her creativity, crafting tools and weapons on the fly. They show the fox that humanity is not just physical strength, but resourcefulness and an unbreakable will. The fox, observing from above, is both amused and irritated. It recognizes the human traits it cannot comprehend: loyalty, sacrifice, and the audacity to challenge fate. When Kale saves Lyra from a collapsing bridge, refusing to let her risk herself unnecessarily, the fox realizes that these humans possess a kind of spirit it cannot dominate. This section concludes with Kale and Lyra reaching the heart of the forest, where the fox confronts them one last time. The fox offers a final ultimatum: submit, and Lyra will be claimed without resistance. Refuse, and both will face annihilation. Kale, embodying the essence of human defiance, refuses. The tension reaches a breaking point. Battle is inevitable, but the humans have already proven their worth in courage and wit. The climax erupts in a storm of elemental fury. The spirit fox unleashes its true form, a massive creature of fire, ice, and shadow, tails flaring like blades of light. Kale and Lyra stand together, not merely fighting for survival, but to assert humanity's indomitable spirit. Kale fights with skill honed from years of training, but he knows that strength alone will not defeat the fox. Instead, he lures it into overconfidence, baiting its attacks while Lyra sets clever traps using the natural terrain. Their synchronization, a dance of human intellect and courage, begins to turn the battle. The fox, frustrated, unleashes illusions designed to twist their perception of reality. It conjures images of despair, showing their families in peril. mocking Kale for daring to defy centuries of spirit dominance. But Kale and Lyra rely on each other's presence, grounding themselves in trust and love, the very traits that spirits cannot control or predict. The turning point comes when Kale performs a risky maneuver, diving through the fox's shadow to strike a crucial gap in its defenses. Lyra seizes a moment to ensnare the fox with a tether forged from steel and enchanted silver, the union of human craft and courage overwhelming even the spirit's power. The fox, recognizing defeat, pauses, not out of mercy, but respect. This section closes with the fox retracting its claim, acknowledging that humans are no mere prizes. Lyra is safe, Kale victorious, and the villagers, who have watched from afar, understand the enormity of what has occurred. Humanity has stood unbowed against a being of legend. The seeds of awe, respect, and mythic legacy are planted. With the spirit fox gone, the village breathes a collective sigh of relief. But the story is not just a survival. It is a tale of human pride and ingenuity, a defiance against powers that believe humans are lesser beings. Kale and Lyra return as heroes, their bond stronger than ever, symbolizing the human capacity to claim their destiny. The elders, once fearful of spirits, now speak of Kale and Lyra in reverent tones, recounting the story as a parable of courage and cleverness. The spirit fox, though still a figure of awe in the mountains, is now seen as a being to respect rather than fear. Humanity's place in the world is clarified, not as servants to spirits, but as masters of their own fate. Kale and Lyra's triumph spread beyond the village, inspiring neighboring regions. Traders, warriors, and scholars alike recount the tale, emphasizing the human traits that no spirit can enslave. Intellect, will, loyalty, and the refusal to bow. Lyra's courage becomes a legend in her own right. She is no longer merely the bride, but a symbol of humanity's unyielding heart. The story closes with a reflection. The spirit fox may return, as spirits always do, but the humans of Unera will be ready. The tale of Kale and Lyra becomes part of an ongoing legacy, a myth to teach future generations that humanity's true power lies not just in strength, but in spirit, mind, and heart. The final image lingers on Kale and Lyra standing atop the Crimson Mountains, watching the spectral glow of the spirit fox retreat into the distance. They are victorious, unbroken, and unbowed, a human story that will echo through generations.